How are we all? How are we all? Welcome back to the Young Fan Podcast. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can see me. We should be live. We should be here for my Boxing Day League One predictions and preview show. Lots of people already in the live chat, which is amazing to see. Great to see you all. Thanks for tuning in on this Thursday evening. I know we're a little bit in advance when we're talking about Boxing Day. We've still got quite a few days, haven't we? But I think it's about the right time we sit down and have a good little chat about it because we've got some big games. I say Boxing Day. We've got Boxing Day and, of course, we won't be discriminating Bolton against Derby County. That's going to be happening on the 27th for some reason. That game is going to be the day later, but we're still going to be speaking about that game because that's going to be very interesting indeed. I'm going to need your help. We're going through every single game on SofaScore, chatting about it, and then I'll be giving my prediction. But I want to hear your predictions as well. Remember, this is a live show. I love doing these live at the moment, so give me your thoughts in the live. Please do leave a like and subscribe, but also you can watch this as a video. It'll always be up as a video, so make sure you do leave a like and, of course, give your predictions in the comment section. I'll be replying and responding to all of them, as I always try and do. And the discussions in the live chat have always been really fun at the moment. So let's get straight into it. How are we all doing? Hopefully you're well. Let me know. How are we? Because that's important to say as well. How are we all doing? 19 people making their way in this live chat, which is incredible. Reading some of your thoughts. Who have we got in here at the moment? We've got Joe Fiddler. He says, how you doing, mate? Is it Greenacre says hi as well, which is amazing. Ipswich Town FC says up of the town. Dons to stay up. That's going to be interesting. Will the Dons stay up? Will MK Dons climb themselves to safety? Good result, of course, last week against Portsmouth. Bolton 3, Derby County 2 will come on to that game, as I mentioned there. Bolton are massive everywhere they go. Argyle till I die. Wednesday got battered everywhere they go. Ipswich till I die. Here we go. I'm loving the enthusiasm from the fans across at Sky Bet League One. Bolton get battered. Cheltenham 1, Plymouth 1. We'll speak about that one. Can Plymouth get a little bit of consistency in League One? A good win against Morecambe last weekend, of course. Your best friend says, how are you all? I'm very well. How is everybody in the live chat? Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe and show everybody that you're enjoying the content at the moment. The reason the game is later is because it's on Sky Sports. That does make sense. Television coverage. How are we all doing? Right. By the way, Joan Charlton has just donated a little bit of his money, which is very kind of him. He says, quarter-final, let's build winning streak. Yes, a brilliant result for Charlton yesterday, defeating Premier League opposition Brighton Hove Albion. Baggerton says, hi, MK Dons 3, Green Rovers, Forest Green Rovers 2. Can Wickham make the playoffs? I mean, of course they can. I mean, it's Wickham, isn't it? Wickham always try and find a way, even when they are the underdogs, when they are coming out of absolutely nowhere. They always seem to try and do something quite... I mean, it's definitely an underdog mentality that Gareth Ainsworth has installed into that side. I don't see why not. It's going to be interesting. I look at the sides. You can see the league table here as well. It's tight. It's really tight indeed. And yeah, it's so close. So close. I mean, Wickham, there's no reason why they can't. Only 2 places off the top 6 at the moment. Derby County currently making up the final place in those playoff places. Bolton Wanderers in 5th. Barnsley on brilliant form at the moment. 4th place. Sheffield Wednesday due to Oxford United last weekend. They're still 3rd. Plymouth now regaining top spot. Ipswich, of course, losing to Wickham. They are now in 2nd. As we move down into the bottom 4, it's the same bottom 4 that we saw last week. Forest Green Rovers in that final place. MK Dons, Burton and Morecambe. Important to mention, MK Dons won their first game for quite a while as they defeated Portsmouth at Fratton Park. And speaking about Portsmouth and the other side as well, they've been overtaken by the likes of Wickham and Bristol Rovers. They were defeated in that quite tedious, quite frustrating run of not winning many games at the moment is really... I mean, it's hurting Danny Cowley's side. It's hurting the fan base at the moment. I'm sort of seeing a lot of Pompey fans. They're not very happy. Do Morecambe have hope? There's always hope. Unlikely. Morecambe don't have hope, says your best friend. Mate, love your videos. Really want to meet you, and please keep up the hard work. Argyle top and Plymouth Argyle 3, Cheltenham. Now, I'm sure we'll come and cross paths very soon. It won't be long, I'm sure. Bristol Rovers are flying right now. Shelley Cameron says, happy holidays, happy Christmas. That is very important to say as well. We are very close to Christmas Day, very close to the festive times. Some people maybe don't celebrate Christmas, but it's still a lovely holiday that we have. And happy Christmas, happy holidays to you all. Let's get into it because we've got some, we've got a full schedule of games, haven't we? We've got 12 games, full programme. Let's not mess about. Let's get straight into it. Starting off with Exeter against Portsmouth. Give me your thoughts in the live chat. By the way, you should see my screen. I should be okay. I think I'm okay. think we are. I'm just replaying what I'm seeing on the side there. Looks to be okay. Let's get into it. Let's start with Exeter against Pompey. We spoke about Portsmouth. We spoke about how at the moment things aren't going very well, and that needs to change, and something needs to click there. And it won't be long before Danny Cowley and the people around that football club that have some serious power will be being forced to answer some serious questions. At the moment, I think that probably is starting to creep in. I think we're seeing a little bit of the Danny Cowley doubters potentially, if that's a nice way of putting it, in what is quite a brutal time when a manager is under pressure. But this feels like it's not a nice game, but it feels like a must-win. It feels like a game in which they have to, see at least an improvement in performance, because against MK Dons, it was probably deemed to be their worst performance of the season. They haven't had some very good ones recently, but that against MK Dons wasn't great. They had moments, there's a few refereeing decisions, but I think across the board, they were slopping the goals they conceded. I've watched them both back. They were very, very sloppy. 2 set pieces. The second was certainly a set piece. The first one was a ball in the penalty area, but was not defended very well. That, for me, is the big issue. Very, very sloppy in transition. Very sloppy when trying to defend. And going forward, they haven't got that clinical edge they have before. Flirting with systems, flirting with the formation. Are we going to see them go back with the 3, or are we going to go and try and see them with the 4-4-2 that they have done quite a lot of this season and used, and actually seen quite a few positive outcomes with? But I think he's trying to change that because, again, look at that recent form, it's not working and something does need to be tweaked. I'm just reading some of your chats here as well. 2-1 Exeter against Portsmouth. I think... I don't know what that means. Green Army Argyle will get automatically promoted. Portsmouth 3, Exeter City 0. Portsmouth back, a win. 2-0 Exeter. That's a Portsmouth fan. Blue Jack Play 21, or Z1. He is not backing his team. He's saying that Exeter are going to do the job against Pompey. And that's interesting to see. We've got Portsmouth fans in here right now. What is the feeling at the moment? What is that feeling? Exeter, they're not in amazing form themselves. These two sides actually are not in brilliant form. Exeter haven't won a game in their last 4. I look at the odds as well. 33%, 45%, absolutely exactly the same with the odds. This one's so hard to call. Portsmouth on paper should be the favourites, but you look at the odds and you look at also the form, it's very, very close. 3-1 to Exeter, Bolton 3, Derby County 0. 2-0 Portsmouth. Interesting. I can see a draw here. I can see a draw. It's not what Pompey fans want to hear. Exeter probably will take a point. I'd say 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1 in this game. A lot of people are sort of giving their quite decisive winners in this game. I see a draw here. I'm going to go 1-1. I think it's going to be really, really tight. Alex Middleton says, hello mate, how are you doing? I'm very well, Alex. Hopefully you're well. I'm going 1-1. I think home advantage will stop Portsmouth from losing. Yeah, I'm going to go 1-1. 2-2 to Stevie. Yeah, I can see a draw here. I'm going to say a draw. I'm going to go 1-1. Let's move on. Thank you very much for your predictions. Let's move over to the next one. Pompey fans, Exeter fans, in the comment section down below, give me your thoughts. We've got over 26 people in here right now. Please do leave a like. It's free to do that. You can do that while you're watching. Please do hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Lots of content coming at you over the Christmas time, over the festive period. Video went out yesterday reacting to my original predictions now at the halfway point of the season. That's gone down fairly well. So, yeah, really, really brilliant to have you all in here. 2-1 Pompey through an Exeter. Good run of form for them. 4-2 City. Interesting. Very high scoring predicted by the Red D1. That's interesting. I am going to go with 1-1 though. I'm going to stick to my guns, but some really good predictions in there. Are you coming Ipswich on Monday? I'm not coming on Boxing Day, mate, unfortunately. I will be watching the game, though. I'll be watching it from home. I think it's going to be a really fascinating game. I'd love to be there, but for one reason or another, it's going to be quite difficult for me to get there on Boxing Day. But I really, really do look forward to watching it, and we'll come on to that game and break it down. I know the king of the Panda you can see in the live chat, he's the king of the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, you can link that down in the description down below. He's the man. Technically it does say I'm in charge, but I'm very, very not in charge. He is the man to go to for the Discord server. Fan call-ins coming out very soon. Shelley Cambridge, Ipswich 4, Oxford United 0. That's not what I like to hear, Shelley. That's not very nice from you, is it? Let's go to Accrington because they are going to be hoping to beat Barnsley. It's not going to be easy. Barnsley are in absolutely spectacular form at the moment. I say every single week, and I don't want to repeat myself, but Michael Duff now is, I think, moving away or has moved away with his side from what was quite a difficult transition from a championship club, quite a big turnover in the summer, and now really sort of picking things up. And the run they're going at the moment is really good. And we speak about a team that can maybe break into that 3-horse race, absolutely, who knows? Barnsley really could do that, and the form they're showing at the moment, the way they're playing at the moment is really, really good. Of course, In the last game, they beat Burton 2-0, very comfortable, and that's a professional performance. And what we're seeing at the moment from Barnsley is a very professional job. They're going into games, they're being pretty ruthless with the way they approach a game. They're getting in there, they're getting what needs to be done, and they're moving out of there. And that is a side that is being serious about a promotion push, and Barnsley are absolutely just that. Accrington at the moment, last 2 games actually been quite good. They haven't lost a game in the last 2. They got 4 points from a possible 6. And I think, again, with Accrington, they're going to pose a really, really difficult, nitty-gritty game, and Barnsley are going to have to be professional against Accrington. This is going to be a test of their character. This is going to be a test of, can you break down a side that are going to make it, again, very, very challenging. They're going to play a low block. They're going to try and break the game down. Probably allow Barnsley to have the ball, but they're also going to pose a threat on the counter, and that is exactly what Barnsley have got to do. They've got to move away from the fact that Accrington are going to try and slow the pace of the game down. They're going to try and slow the way that they're going to try and stop Barnsley from getting a real rhythm in the game. They might allow them to have the ball, but in terms of a real attacking momentum, they're going to try and break that down. And Barnsley, they've got to see past that. And sides that get out of this league and are being quite serious about a promotion push tend to do that. I say that because Oxford recently, a 1-1 draw, that's an example of, in moments being very, very good and scoring a goal, but they're not being switched on. Concentration is going to be so key against Accrington because they will believe. They were out of the game against Oxford for so long, but what they didn't do is give up. They stayed in the game. They stayed with an absolute chance. And then again, it was, a little bit of Accrington and I think, Coleman, who is very, very experienced, getting the better of almost the game psychologically, I think is important. 2-0 Barnsley, 1-0 Barnsley, 3-0 Accrington win, 3-0 Barnsley. I can't see them losing for a while, and Wednesday found it scaring me. Not only are they unbeaten in 5, they've also all been wins. Incredible form and could push top 3 soon. Exactly. They're a side for me. I said it, Alex. I completely agree with you. Any side that can push into that top 3, I think Barnsley is certainly in for a shout of it. 1-0 Accrington, 1-1, 3-0 easy. Good form for Barnsley. I'm scared because I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan. A lot of Sheffield Wednesday fans are a little bit worried about the form of Barnsley, and I can see why. 2-1 to Accrington. No way Accrington win. No way Accrington will go down. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. You expect the experience and the mentality of that football club that going down, they've got the it is experience, and they just know, and they find ways, don't they? And that is always nice from an Accrington perspective, because on limited resources, not the biggest of budgets, they always try and find a way of sneaking their way out of it. And again, you have to give credit to the people running that football club. They do it brilliantly well. Bristol Rovers fans is up the gas. Do Wickham. We'll come on to Wickham. We'll do that one next. I like that. A little bit of encouragement from the chat. I'm going to go, what are the odds then? I imagine Barnsley pretty heavy favourites, 47%, 52. Yeah, they are pretty heavy favourites. Yeah, I see Barnsley win the game. I know I said it's going to be quite tight. I do see it still being quite tight. I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1 Barnsley. I think it's going to be really, really edgy at times. I see Barnsley powering through and being the professional side, and being the side they're in top form, and also being the football club that have ambitions of getting out of the league. And if you are that, you've got to sort of try and see through those games. I think they probably will. Right then, let's go to Wickham. We saw someone say it. Wickham against Bristol Rovers. An informed Bristol Rovers side, but also an informed Wickham Wanderers side. And this is a really fascinating game. It probably won't hit the headlines it deserves, because these are two sides that have, out of nowhere, snuck into a chance, snuck into an area where they can absolutely, give it a go. Really, really give it a go. 3-0 easy, good form for Barnsley. I've read that one out. My apologies. Havic's game to the end. We probably will leave that to quite late on. Wednesday, second to last. Barnsley looking easy promotion contenders. Only team that completely deserved a win against us. Susanna Lewis says, hey, yay, or yeah? How you doing, Susanna? I can see this game actually being really, really good. I really, really can. And I know when, good game of football, Wickham involved, people have their question marks on that. They didn't always provide brilliant encounters, but these are two sides that really, really are at the moment sneaking their way into a chance, and this is really tough. I've just seen Stevie in the chat there. He says this one's really tight. This feels like the battle of the outsiders at the moment. This is what this game is sort of really screaming and shouting at me, and that again is almost quite exciting. You look at their recent form, Wickham's really good, Bristol Rovers really strong. Look at the points they're on, and look at where they want to try and get to. I'm still a little, Bristol Rovers are a bit tight because they were sort of similar to where Lincoln were, and Lincoln have fallen off recently. If Bristol Rovers keep up their form, sounds stupid, but because of how tight it is, they've got absolutely, all the chances in the world. With Wickham, you can't write Wickham off. You absolutely can't write Wickham off. And there's no way on earth I'm going to sit here and say Wickham haven't got a chance for top 6. Someone said it at the start of the stream. I'm sticking with my guns. Wickham have all the chance, and they have all the chance because they have the the know-how of Gareth Ainsworth, and also they know how to, when it matters, turn it on and just grind through games, and you'll close your eyes, you'll open them up, you'll look at the league table, and they'll be in that top 6, because they know what they've got to do, and Gareth Ainsworth knows what he's got to do. He's got a brilliant record in the Sky Bet League One, and they were sort of mid-table hovering within a couple of weeks, and of course, they have to, they will be looking at a league table that is very, very open at the moment, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, forget that league table, look at themselves, concentrate on themselves, and that's what they have done. They've concentrated on their results, and they've snuck up, and similar to Bristol Rovers, this one's so tight, this one's so interesting, I'm fascinated by it, and it won't get the headlines it deserves, but it should, because, like I said, this is the battle of the two teams that, were mid-table. I mean, Bristol Rovers were bottom half for quite a large portion of the campaign, and now look where they are, and that's, I think, a massive credit to this league and how open it is and how brilliant it is. I still do believe that. 1-1, 2-2, I'm going Wickham away. Well, Bristol Rovers fan, I'm sure you're going to have I was going to say you're going to have a good day out. Wickham can always be quite a difficult day out, but I'm sure if you get the right result, you can have a good Boxing Day away day. That's what we like to see, Christmas football, I love it. 2-0 Wickham, they're on a proper good form. 3-3, that's Bolton and Derby prediction from Alex. How you doing, Alex? Hopefully you're well. Another Alex Middleton in the chat. 1-0 Wickham. They've somehow turned their season right around. Gas are a class team, but Wickham's style of play will ball them out. Be a shoddy game of football, I think. Interesting. I don't think it'll be great, but I think it will be a fascinating encounter. Whether or not it's a great quality of game, I'm not sure, but I think in terms of a quality game, you're probably looking away from Wickham a little bit, aren't you? No disrespect. Stevie, they're a loyal pen in the backside, but they make the league what it is, exactly. And I think the variation of styles, the variation of teams is what we like about it. And Wickham, they do offer that. They really, really do. And they're successful. You can't argue the success that they've got out of playing in the way they do. Wickham 2, Rovers 1 is my prediction. As a Wickham fan, I think we can get top 6, but we can't afford any injuries because we have not a great squad depth. Well, January could play a part in that, Will. I think January could be interested in what you do in that. And I thought your transfer window wasn't actually that great in the summer, so I can see why maybe you're in that position now. Now injuries are sort of slowly, moving away, because you did have a couple of injuries at the start of the season, didn't you? With the likes of Tafazoli as just a one, but I think January could be interesting. I think you've got options in January to sort of again improve that squad depth. Anis Mehmeti will score. Yeah, Anis Mehmeti is a top class player. Really, really excited with him. He's attacking. He's full of flair. He's full of excitement. He takes players on. He's a brilliant attacking player, and I think he's almost the anomaly of what Wickham are. Not many Wickham players are like that, but he does give them something a little bit different. And sometimes in a side where you've got pretty brutal, ruthless players that know exactly the style, having a little bit of a maverick like Mehmeti really does work. And I think with the season he really is proving that. 4-3 Bristol Rovers, 94th minute winner. What a game that would be. You got our last prediction right, to be careful what you say. Did I? That says quite a lot. I don't even remember. Did I? Was that the Wickham? Was that Wickham or Rovers? I don't think I predicted Wickham to beat Ipswich. I might have done, but I don't think I did. 2-0 Wickham. Hope you're enjoying being back home from uni, mate. Nice to get a breather. It is smashing time. It is really nice to sort of be able to do these live streams as well, because doing them, uni isn't always easy. But back in the studio, back home doing these, I love it. So thank you very much for your kind words there. It's great to be back. Haven't been paying attention to Barnsley, but they're 7 points behind Barnsley with 2 games in hand. Just goes to show how great this league is, honestly. Exactly, mate. 3-2 Wickham. Jack Grealish is my uncle. Is he? I don't know. I don't know to believe all that or not. That's a great fact if it is. If Mehmeti doesn't leave in January, Wickham should get top 6. Just needs Sam Vokes to turn his form around. Yeah, he's brilliant goal scorer last season, struggling this year. If you can turn it around, then you've got all the chance in the world. But, right now, you're sort of doing it without him a little bit in terms of recent form. Right, let's have a look at the odds then, because power through. We're spending a lot of time speaking to the chat, which is amazing, but it does mean we've got to get through quite a few games. 51% Wickham, heavily backed here with the odds. The bookies really backing Wickham, and you can see why. The home form at the moment is really good. They're beating Pompey, they're beating Ipswich very recently last weekend at home, so you can probably see why maybe there is that home advantage. 2-1 Wickham. What university do you go to? My sister goes to Oxford, so when we play Oxford, away I might go to it. I go to a university, I go to Wembley in London. Your sister must be very intelligent to go to university in Oxford. He is, I've got his shirt. Wow. There we go then. We've got Jack Grealish's uncle. Say hello to Jack Grealish for us all, Susanna. Hopefully he's well. Successful World Cup. Up for debate. Not Jack Grealish individually. I mean England on the whole. I thought Jack did have a good World Cup, to be fair. Fair play to Wickham. They made me have a very Merry Christmas. Wickham could have a very Merry Christmas if they beat Bristol Rovers, even more so. I'm going to go... What can I go here? It's so tight to call. I'm going to back Wickham. I'm going to go to, sorry, Rovers, I think you're in great form. I'm going to go back Wickham here. I'm going to go to, I think Wickham, you can't write them off. Oh, that's completely not what I wanted to do. You can't write them off. I think they probably will win the game. I'm going to go to, I am going to go 2-1 right. Should be all good. Don't know why. Taking a bit of time, but there we go. We can breather. Right, let's go to the next few then. Apparently, the game of the week. Ipswich against Oxford. Game of the week. Look at us go. We really are making it at the moment. We really, really are. Right, if this one's like to hurry up, that'd be nice. We've got things to do, games to speak about, things to chat about. I'm not quite sure what it's doing. Just give it a little refresh. There we go. This is the sort of excitement you get. Okay, he's a bit upset about the World Cup, but he ran me after the Iran and what he did. His celebration, he said he did it for me. I don't know why he'd be upset about the World Cup. I mean, well, I guess getting knocked out of it wasn't ideal, was it? But a few frustrating technical issues on the old sofa score. Let's just speak about a game. What else can we speak about while we think about a game? He's having a mare. Alex. It's an absolute mare at the moment. I'm not quite sure what's going on. It's the website has crashed at the moment. The computer is packed in. He's not having it. Let's just speak about a game. What else can we speak about? A little bit laggy on the stream at the moment as well, which is a little bit annoying. Anyway, please leave a like, please do subscribe. Can't be a little bit of a frustrating stream. Your best friend doesn't believe that Susanna is the nephew of Jack Grealish. Don't know why. Don't know why. It's a bold call. Right, we're back. We're back. Oh my God. Unbelievable scenes. We're alive. For a minute there. I didn't want us to continue. Boxing Day was nearly cancelled. The entire Boxing Day was cancelled, but we will return. The joys of live stream, things go wrong at the worst times. They do. But I think we're live. Let's go to Charlton against Peterborough. Right, here we go. Love live streaming. We're back. Hello all. The internet in this country is shambolic. I wouldn't blame the entire country. I would just sort of blame the fact that at that moment it wasn't having it. It just sort of wanted to have a little freeze. We should be back. You're inspiring me to start a football podcast. Thank you and good luck for the future, says J2A Gaming. There we go. Alex says, here we go. Yeah, we're back again. We're back again. There we go. We are back. We are just a few technical issues, but that's the way it is. The internet in this country, we read that one there. J2A Gaming. Give me your link to your channel and I'll shout it out now. Anyone can go and tune into it. I see you're a Bolton fan by your logo there. Right, Charlton, Peterborough. Let's go. Who's winning Liverpool City tonight? City. So, let's go. Charlton 2, Posh 1. Everything should be fine. A little bit of a problem there, but that's what we like to do. Power through the difficult moments. Back to it. Peterborough United, not in very good form whatsoever. Charlton, I mean, they're not either, really, are they? I mean, it's the two titans of very, very poor form. However, and there is a however to this, Charlton beat Brighton on penalties. They've got a new manager now. Peterborough, they haven't got a new manager. They've still got Grant McCann, but I think he knows how important it is to sort of turn things around and get back to the form that at the moment they're not. Yeah, they need to show. They're not showing it. They need to show it because getting into that top six is going to be really, really important for them. I think that was the expectation at the start of the season. And if they can't do it, they're going to be left with a lot of annoyance. And I just saw someone there say, Steve says the new manager effect. It very much could be for Charlton. It very much could be. I'm still very worried about Charlton. I am worried about them. I think what they've actually done with the appointment of Dean Holden and also the people that they've brought onto that football club at the moment, it seems a little bit weird. I mean, they've got a new financial director, they've got a new I don't know what he's called, but they know the names of them, but they've got another technical director. All of these people, I'm not quite sure what's going on, and I don't know whether or not this is a short-term thing, a long-term thing. Someone said the financial director is only here till January to sort of see through the January transfer window. Dean Holden said something really weird in his interview at the start. I watched his Charlton interview when he got announced, and he said that, particularly in the short term, he kept mentioning the short term. So I don't really know. Either way, they need to turn it around. And if it is the short term, it is the short term. If Thomas Sundgaard sells Charlton, then he does sell Charlton, and maybe it won't be a long-term thing. But either way, I still don't get it. Dean Holden is a tragic manager, though. I wouldn't say tragic. I mean, he's got a really... I'm still a little bit bizarred by it. That isn't a very good terminology, is it? But I am a little bit weirded out by it. I don't know what they're trying to do there. Is it a long-term thing where they try and develop a coach? Because I guess you are doing that. Dean Holden isn't a very big name. He did, manage one game as an actual manager at Stoke. His Oldham record's a little bit poor. So I'm not fully sure what's going on there. I think he probably is a very good coach. As a manager, I'm not fully buying it. Wednesday lucky to escape the point against. Obviously, let's hope Wednesday can get a win on Boxing Day. Charlton 3, new manager bounce. I do think there always is a manager bounce. I mean, technically, I know he wasn't in charge of the Brighton game last night, but he was watching it and he was in the stands. The players, I know there's a new manager there, so that would have upped the levels. I'm going to actually go over Charlton win here. I don't know why I keep doing it, but I am. Route 1 footy. I'm going to go... I know they got beaten at home last time, didn't they, against Bristol Rovers? They got a difficult game. Well, we'll try and make it difficult on Thursday when we play them very quickly after the Boxing Day game. I'm going to go 3-1 Charlton, which is, again, really risky. It seems like 3-1 Charlton. The hijack, sorry, I haven't watched the whole thing, just have been really busy. No worries, Ruth, we haven't got on to Cambridge yet, so you haven't missed that. I'm going to go 3-1 Charlton here. I've got a feeling... Something's telling me, maybe it's a very wrong feeling, but I've got a feeling they're going to get something from the game. I think they know the importance now of sorting themselves out, and there will be a bounce. There just naturally will be a bounce. 1-0 Charlton, Peterborough, shambles, and Charlton beating Brighton, even on pens, will give them a massive boost. I agree. I agree with the comment there. I'm not going to go 1-0, go 3-1, but I get it. I'll laugh if Peterborough win by 6. They might do. They very much. It wouldn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me in this league. Right, Ruth's here, so it's only fair we speak about Cambridge. Well all said about the Wade Elliott, but he's starting to prove people wrong. Good coaches can turn it into managers with time. That is true. That is 100% true. I don't want to offend any aspiring coaches here. Ryan, you make a very good point, my friend. I think they are developing a coach. I think they are taking on a little bit of a risk. They're taking on someone that isn't very experienced and hoping that he can almost use Charlton as an experience for him personally and also then grow with the club. And if that is what they're trying to do, then that's fine. My other issue I have with it isn't that what they were doing with Ben Garner? I know Ben Garner was a manager at Swindon before, but he was a very, very inexperienced manager, really, in the grand scheme of things. He had a very bad record at Bristol Rovers. He did very good at Swindon, but in a short term, in a season when they didn't expect to get in the top 6, they did it under him. They went with him. The whole point of the Ben Garner appointment, this is why I get a little bit annoyed by it. The whole point of the Ben Garner thing was back him through thick and thin. They massively backed him, not in financial, but they backed him in terms of the type of player. They brought in pretty much half of the Swindon squad in the summer, and then they sacked him. And then they've gone and got someone like Dean Holden, who is arguably, if not, he's less experienced as a manager than Ben Golden. Ben Golden? That's a bit of a mix between Ben Garner and Dean Holden there than Ben Garner. He's much less experienced than him. I don't fully get it. I took a chance on a rookie manager. Now look at them. Yeah, he was being coached by one of the best managers in the world in terms of he was being the assistant to Pep Guardiola. Dean Holden has not been the assistant. You make a good point, Andrew, but I also would counteract that and say I don't really know what Dean... I know Dean Holden's been number 2 before, but in terms of... I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong there. Let me know if I'm wrong. Have I got a decent point? I'm not quite sure if the Ben Garner to Dean Holden thing, other than the fact that it wasn't going very well for Ben Garner, but I think they backed him with time. They should have backed him with time. They sort of went, we've got to get rid of that. And they haven't really improved that manager position. I personally don't think. It's a sidestep for me. It's a sidestep. Arguably a backstep in terms of quality and experience of the manager. Am I making it up there? Let me know in the live chat. 2-0 Shrewsbury, Cambridge get battered everywhere they go. Mentally aware of a new manager bout. Surely we can't be wrong. Evening says Jim. Evening Jim. Let's have a look at the odds here. 37%, 39%. Really tight, by the way, this game. I know we're speaking like Charlton. This is a really, really... Another point. Yeah, Shrewsbury, I mean, the last 2 games have been really, really good, and they're sort of now, again, a team that, with the fact that it's so tight, winning games are now back in back in 11th, and, again, with Shrewsbury, they're also going to be very, very difficult to beat, and home and away this season, they have been quite strong. Cambridge, I'm worrying about them. I'm worried about Cambridge. I really, really am. That video I said, the last video I did, 100 likes, I said I'd do my revised predictions. I might do it live. I don't know yet. I'm not entirely sure. Let me know if I should do it live or not. But I think with Cambridge, they worry me. They do. Their form at the moment is relegation form. They're lucky that I guess, Forest Green Rovers lost the last game. Before that, it looked good. MK Dons now, I actually think MK Dons will climb their way out of it. Cambridge could fall back in there. Odds, very, very tight, 37%, 39%. Actually, Cambridge better specifically. 1-1, 0-0, 0-0 Ballfest. Yeah, I don't see this being a brilliant game. I don't. I am going to agree. I'm going to go 0-0. I'm going to go 0-0. Should you play the worst football in the league? I think it's actually got better this season, but I still don't think it's very good. I think you're right. But it's working, isn't it? It's working. And under Steve, me and Steve are good friends now. At Shrewsbury, he's experienced and he knows what it takes to win results. Trust me, we're going on the up. Jack, I'm going for a shower. Can you wait to do Plymouth game, please? Yeah, I'll hold fire while you have your shower. I mean, I will leave Plymouth later anyway, but we're powering through at the moment, so I can't promise anything. Shrewsbury 2, but I'll try the real D1. I will absolutely try. Alex Middleton, Shrewsbury 2-0. Cambridge are terrible. We'll struggle to stay in the league if they play like they do. Shrewsbury are going from strength to strength, and sky's the limit for them as it stands. I've gone 0-0. I reckon we'll finish 17th at Plymouth fan at the real D1. Right, then let's move over to MK Dons against Forest Green. The 6-pointer, the relegation 6-pointer, some would say. This is really, really big, actually. Again, this isn't your massive game. This isn't your Ipswich Pompey. This isn't your Derby Bolton, which of course we've got this weekend. But this is in the little tables we've got. I think we have got like little mini league tables across the season. This is massive. This is absolutely huge. Should be banned from the FL for that style play. I think Wickham would have been banned a long time ago if Shrewsbury can get banned for that. I'm joking. Sort of. Not really. Look at this right now. Look at it. It's really, really close. And I don't know with MK Dons. I actually think there could be a bit of a turnaround at MK. I do. I think Liam Manning was not getting a tune out of the players. He wasn't getting the message. I think was getting a little bit too repetitive for the players. I think he lost the dressing room. Traditionally, it's what it's called now. I don't fully get it, but I think he probably did lose the dressing room. Personally, I think that's probably what happened, and therefore they really, really did struggle. I think now with a bit of a change, that squad is the best out of all the teams in the bottom four. That squad is by a million miles the best squad in that bottom four. I'd say I'm looking at that sort of from. I'm looking from 17th, maybe Charlton to an exception, but it's close. 17th to below, to the bottom, or to where MK Dons are, they have the best squad. They do. Is it performing? No. Is it getting results, or has it got results? No. Have they been bad? Yes. Did Liam Manning, I think, in the end, did it look like it was the end for a long time, but they stuck by him to hope that I think they used last season quite rightly as an exception to keep him on, probably. But I think that squad's still very, very strong. And I still think MK Dons are in a really good place. And I think they were showed against Pompey that they're not a rubbish side. They're not rubbish. They actually have got a real opportunity to get themselves out of the position they find themselves in. Steve's a Manchester United fan. 1-0 MK. Pompey win shows they can do. Forest Green are also not good. If they win, if they do win, then I do think they'll go on a little run and stay up. 7-0 MK, 3-1 MK, 2-0 MK Dons. Not sure if you've done Wednesday. Only just got here. I see a draw. Who you would have guessed. I haven't. See a draw. It says Alex Lee. I haven't done Sheffield Wednesday yet. Forest Green have lost big this season. 4-0 Exeter, 4-0 Derby, 5-0 Wednesday. Yeah, I don't know whether it's going to be that big again. I think they'll win. I'm going to go 3-0, which is actually similar to Susanna's 4-0 Exeter, 4-0 Derby point. But yeah, I'm going to go 3-0. I think they'll win the game comfortably. I've got a good feeling about MK Dons. I think they're going to go for it now. I think they've almost sort of let loose a little bit. They've been a little let free. The pressure's now gone a little bit, which sounds weird because it shouldn't have done, but I think it has naturally with the manager going, and now they can express themselves. I think it could work. Jake Thompson says, evening, Jack. Hope you're well. Confident of a positive result on Boxing Day following our performance down at Southampton. Could and should be a Premier League. Could have beat a Premier League side. Hope you're well, son. Jake, lovely to speak to you. Lovely to see you. Thanks for your comment. And hopefully you're well as well. I am. I'm really, really good at the moment. Back home for the weekend. For the weekend? God, I wish it was. It's definitely not the weekend. But for Christmas now, which is really, really good. Usually it has been weekends, but it's nice to be here for a long period of time. Jake, lovely comment and lovely to speak to you. Hopefully you're well. MK will win. Forest Green just don't have the infrastructure. 2-0 MK Dons, 3-0 MK Dons. I agree. I'm going to go 3-0. You chatted about us playing the worst team in the Premier League history this game week. You chatted about us playing the game week this week. I haven't. I haven't got him. I haven't yet. Right, let's go and speak about Morecambe. Port Vale Morecambe. Port Vale, 12th, lost the last game, one time before that, exactly mid-table. I'm not going to repeat what I said because I say it every single time, but bottom line is they've been really impressive, and again, they're playing with no fear, and that is what I like about Port Vale. I really do like about that. I think they are really, really proving that even if you do get promoted, you can win games through being fearless, and also I think by teams maybe taking you a little bit lightly. Port Vale play a really good style of play. They're winning games quite rightly in a really, really positive position, and after a lot of people thought they'd get relegated, they're not. Morecambe, I thought they would get relegated. I do think they will. I'm going to be honest, I don't see a way out for Morecambe. 2 wins from 21 isn't the greatest record in the world. 10 defeats from 21 isn't much better either. Only 17 goals scored, 33 conceded. Worried with Morecambe. Stevens' wife is home, still listening. 2-2. Done Bolton yet, Zach? Says Zach. I haven't yet. Zach's a 2-0. Keep it the good content, mate. 2-0. It doesn't say 2-0. He's donated £2, which is very, very generous of you, Zach. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. And that is a lovely, lovely donation. Keep it the good content. I will hopefully provide some decent content, Zach, and that's a lovely, lovely thing to do. You don't have to do that over Christmas. We need to save all our money over Christmas is what we need to do. But Zach, you're a lovely, lovely legend indeed. Colin, Wanderers will win 3-1. Couldn't beat the mighty Bristol Rovers, to be fair. Vale missed loads of chances at Salford in the Cup this week, so that's a worry. 3-0 Port Vale on a decent form. Morecambe are on the worst form in the league. Yeah, Morecambe in a lot of trouble for me. Port Vale, heavy favourites, you can see at the bottom there, 64%, 18%. I think Port Vale are going to win the game 2-0. That's my prediction. Comfortable for Port Vale. 2-0. I'm going to say 2-1. I think it'll be 2-0. I can't see Morecambe scoring. Their output this season has been horrendous. Cole Stockton is not the same sort of striker, and I think without him, they are pretty hopeless in front of goal, unfortunately. I feel sorry for Morecambe. They're struggling. They really, really are. 1-0 Morecambe. I hope they do stay up for the same reason. Port Vale are doing very, very well so far. It's a weird one to predict. I think Port Vale will do it fairly comfortably. I'm saying 2-2. Interesting. I think Port Vale got it in the bag. I do indeed. Right, let's go to... Which ones haven't we done in here? Burton Lincoln. Let's do that one there. Because then we've only got a few more to go. Love the stream, by the way. Give me your questions in the chat as well. I know we're doing predictions, but maybe we can fire some questions, get the chat speaking, get me speaking. It's what we like to do. But let's get to Burton, because they are going to be hosting Lincoln City. And the question for Lincoln is, the headline for Lincoln will be, can they go and beat a team in the bottom half of the table and climb, they could climb 4 or 5 places. This game, Lincoln should win. But we know Lincoln this season. Top half, not a problem. They brush aside the teams in the top half. Bottom half, they are a different breed and a worrying breed. They should beat Burton. They really, really should. Burton are in a pretty turgid form. They're in a pretty turgid position, and they haven't been very good this season. They are 23rd in the league. I think they probably are down. Jake says, no pressure here, Jack. There is, Jake, I'm going to be honest, mate. There shouldn't be pressure. But there is, because I look at your record, and I know you mentioned it on there, and Jake, you really did enlighten me on the situation. I did a little bit of digging on it, and I have been doing a little bit of digging. Your form, who is it? Is it Shrewsbury is the only team you've beat? Is it Shrewsbury? I know that they're above you now, but they were below you, and you beat Shrewsbury, I believe. You might not have done. I could be making that up. Who was it that's the win there? It might have been that win. Morecambe. Sorry, it was Morecambe. It wasn't Shrewsbury. It was Morecambe. I think you lost to Shrewsbury quite recently, wasn't it? Was it Shrewsbury you lost to? There it was, 2-0 the week after. It was Morecambe who you beat. Now, Burton, I still think you should do it. I really, really do think. Quite like Morecambe, but I can only see why. They're going down 3-1 Vale. 2-1 Lincoln. Burton are going down with a bad run of form. Lincoln are in good form, 12, I think. Bloody hell, just seen Pompey have fell to 10th. I know, they are falling like a Stone off a cliff. 1-1, 1-1, 3-0 Lincoln. Here's Jake. I love Jake's comments, by the way. He's a Lincoln City fan. I've got a podcast as well, Stacey West podcast on YouTube. You probably do recognise Jake. He's on the Nappers channel. Ben is the channel, but I think it's the Nappers channel. He's a Fleetwood fan. Jake isn't, but Ben is, and he's regularly on there. He does sort of the roundups that they do. They're really, really good episodes. They do regularly every single week. I'm pretty sure they try and do it. But Jake's also got a Lincoln City podcast. He's an amazing content creator around that football club. And in terms of Lincoln City, and also I think his footballing knowledge is exceptional. So I do like hearing what Jake's got to say. I really think we should beat Burton. We've won there every season. We've got promoted. I really think we're going to beat these lot. Confident, Jake. I like it. I think we're going to win 1-0. That was really funny, Jake. I don't know why. It might have just been funny in my head, but you sounded really, really confident in your comment. And then you went, I think we're going to win 1-0. I thought you were going to go with like a 2 or 3-0 there. We've won every game we've been promoted. I really think we're going to beat these lot. Thank you, son. Love your work, Jake. Pleasure. 2-2. Vale did the transfer, so January will be interesting. Guaranteed to at least 3 or 3 in and 3 out. I'm out of the shower now, Jack. I've now misplayed, but you haven't. 2-0 Lincoln. I think Lincoln are going to win the game. I do. I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1. Tight. Really tight. Really, really close, but I'm going to go 2-1. Right, let's do this one. Let's do it. This is a huge game. By the way, 5 days' time. We never normally do a preview, sort of 5 days to the game, but I think with Boxing Day, it's really hectic at the moment, so... Bolton Wanderers against Derby. Tell your friends, get them in here, because this is an absolute corker. Are you surprised with how poor Oxford are doing? I mean, I wouldn't say that performances recently haven't been poor. They've been actually quite good, but we've just, drawn quite a few games, and the games we should have, there's games that we should have won. We should have gone to Hillsborough last weekend, and we should have won and beaten them comfortably. Well, comfortably is harsh, isn't it? But I think we should have definitely got better than a 0-0 draw. We missed a penalty in the last minute. We had an open goal that we missed. And again, that's completely our fault. That's completely, our responsibility well, it's not my responsibility, but, Oxford's responsibility as the players to win that game. And they definitely could have done that. However, look at the league table, we're 15th, and again, that is quite poor. Am I surprised? Not really. Notoriously, first half of the season, we're never that strong. We try and turn it around the Christmas period. I think you draw against Sheffield Wednesday, get a result against Ipswich, which we understand is very, very tough. We then got Charlton and they've got Exeter. So I don't know. I think it's going to be really tight. You still managed to beat us somehow. Yeah, exactly. And that was a really good result. Really good result for us. And yeah, am I surprised? I mean, our window I still don't think was that great. So not really. Bolton 2, Derby 3. 3-1 Bolton, Bradley Childs and Dapo. 3-2 Bolton. Bolton to come from behind again. 2-2, I think there's both being behind. Easy people. Easy. You think David, and I know David comes in with his very, how do I put it? No, I wouldn't say controversial, but some of them are. But bold calls. I don't see easy. I don't think it'll be easy for you. 5th versus 6th is huge. It's a big game of football. And, the winner basically, I mean, Derby can leapfrog Bolton. Bolton can sort of comfortably sort of gain themselves a little bit of a cushion. 1-1 Derby. Careful with your words about last Saturday here, Jack. I mean, Alex, I would say we should have beaten Sheffield Wednesday. But we can agree to disagree on that one. 1-1, 2-1 Derby, 0-0. I think a draw is the right result. Two decent sides that I need that need to both improve to ensure a top 6 finish. Jake, I think you're right. I think Bolton want to see a cushion. Derby want to see a cushion. It's so tight. No one in there is comfortable other than Plymouth, Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday, maybe Barnsley. But I mean, look how tight it is. Barnsley, which I don't think they will, on a couple of have a bit of a bad run. They slip back into that little uncertain area. Bolton, Derby, need to try and move away. They want to push out. They want to sort of get them away from what is a massive question mark, because Wickham are breathing down the neck, so are Peterborough, so are Bristol Rovers, so are Portsmouth. In a couple of results, anyone from about 16th are. Then that is crazy. So I'm intrigued by it. I really, really am. Recent form, Bolton a little bit hot and cold. Don't quite know what we're going to get with Bolton. I mean, last week they did well and won and beat Exeter fairly comfortably. You can see they lost to Shrewsbury 3-2. It's at Bolton, which does give me a little bit more confidence. I think their home record generally has been okay. I know we beat them at home, but I think generally I'd probably favour Bolton at home. I think that does help them. Derby, again, they're probably in the better form, especially in the last last 5 games, but that does stretch on a little bit longer than that. They've drawn quite a few. Look at that, 700, only won 9 games. A team in 6th that's only won 9 games from 21. That's how tight it is. I think in previous years it's been tight, but it's because everyone's been winning and everyone's been getting results. The gap between the sort of top half and the bottom half has been, massively astronomically different because everyone's sort of in the top half beating the bottom half and the bottom half, are struggling. This season, it's so tight. It's a free-for-all. Everyone's beating everybody. Everyone's losing to everybody. So it's absolutely all over the shop. Nobody normally in 6th at halfway point of the season should be in there with 9 wins. And that's no disrespect to Derby. That just shows how open this league is. 1-1, it depends on what Magoji you get. Exactly, his recent form is really good. Jack, do you have Instagram so I can send you a message? I'd like to speak to you about something anyway to do with Oxford. I do. The Instagram is at the Young Fan Podcast. You can follow that, and I'm try and be as active as I can in the messages and the DMs there. Vale question: will Oxford recall Jack Stevens in January? Because I know we are very happy with him. We might. I mean, there's always a bit of a question mark around Jack Stevens. I think Simon East was doing a really good job at the moment for Oxford, so I don't think we should. I think we should give Jack Stevens the rest of the season. I don't see a reason why you would. The only way you do it is if McGinty went out on loan. He was our second goalkeeper. He's very young and with a lot of potential. And Jack Stevens comes back and be number 2, but I don't see the benefits in that. I think we probably will see Jack Stevens stay until the end of the season. We might not. There is murmurs, but I personally, I don't know. I think we probably will keep him out on loan. I personally would definitely keep him out on loan. Jack, do your thing. Cambridge will be relegated, yes or no? Ruth, why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me? No, I don't. But I don't know. Either one of Accrington and MK, I look at that. Look how tight that is down there. I can see MK Don stay up, which means one of these have got to go down. I'll be honest, Ruth. Right now, yes. I'll be honest. Right now, yes. Will Plymouth lose Whittaker in January? I mean, these are questions I don't actually have a definite answer to, obviously. Swansea will be liking what he's doing out on loan. I think that's definitely helping him. Development there is huge. I think all parties are enjoying it. Whittaker's playing week in, week out, and playing some really good stuff. Plymouth are clearly benefiting, and I think Swansea, unless Swansea want to recall him, they're doing all right in the Championship. So maybe they want to recall him and give him a go in the first team. They might just see him out to the end of the season. I don't really know. Whittaker to Ippy. No, I think he'll either stay at Plymouth or he'll go back to Swansea. I don't see a second loan there. We're twice a team at home. Barnsley finishing above Plymouth is my short trip. Wouldn't mind having him in town. Why would he go to Ipswich? If they already both offers money. I don't think it'll be money. Because it'll be a loan move. You're not going to buy him. Woods going nowhere. Interesting. That's Zach who just bought Bolton. Right, let's have a look at the bookies on this game. 43% says Bolton, 33. So 42 Bolton, 33 Derby. Yeah, Bolton are favourites. I'm going to go... Sorry, Derby County. I think Bolton are going to win the game. I'm going to go... everything about me says... I can actually see a 0-0 draw here, but I don't know why I do that. Maybe it's because every single huge game this season's ended in a 0-0 draw. I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2 on Bolton. In fact, I'm going to do that. Can I go over to this screen and go back over to this one here? Big screen. Big screen Jack's here. And then I want to make a poll because I want to get everyone interactive. Let's chat, everyone. Let's have a good time. How do we do a poll? Engage with your audience. Start a poll. This feels like not the big game, because that would be disrespectful, but it certainly is it probably is the marquee encounter. It's not even on Boxing Day, it's the day after Boxing Day, because it's on Sky Sports, which means it must be massive. We know Sky Sports always has the big games. Where are we going? Who Bolton playing? Derby. There we go. Oh yeah, I need to add yeah. I've just put who wins Bolton Derby, forgetting that of course an outcome in a football match can be a draw. Probably should have the draw. Draw. Bang. Argyle community. Get thinking, people. Get predicting. I'm intrigued. Right, let's go back over to this screen here. Bang. Bang. Right, let's move it to the next game. Did I predict that one? I did. I said 2-1. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1 to Bolton Wanderers. Right, my screen's frozen again, which is always good fun. Get predicting. 15 people have voted. We've got 54 people right now. If you haven't, please do. If you haven't, do leave a like. It's free to do so. Please do leave a like. Please. Apparently we dropped out there. Are we back now? Did we drop out? Did we drop out? Did we drop out? I think we did. I think we dropped out, but we're back. I think we did. We're back. We're back. There we go. So yeah, please do like, please do subscribe. That's what I was trying to say before we sort of fell off a cliff there. And yeah, we're back. Right, let's move over to the next game. Got a bit of an echo there. Let's move that away. Let's move over then to the final few games. Who have we got next? We've got. Where should we go? Where should we go? Let's go to Plymouth. We've got 3 more games to go through. Cheltenham versus Plymouth. 23 people have predicted. I'm going to go with that so we can sort of see what the score is at the moment. Very close, very tight. 39% of the people. It weren't what people are saying here. I'm just reading through the comments. While we dropped out there, I just sort of lost the live chat. Jake, you're the one from Bolton. Yeah, he is. Isn't the financial fair play rule? You're back. We're back. We're back. No problem. You're back. Yes, Jack. We are back. 1-1. Oh, right. Wednesday fans always top class when they come out. 2-1 Plymouth. Yeah, I don't know. Right, Plymouth top of the table at the moment. 47 points. Top of the league. By the way, I've got a massive announcement. Let's not hype up more than it is. I've got a big announcement. I'm going to exclusively tell the people watching this live. And I mean, it will then be announced on YouTube because this will be going up as a video. But that's interesting to sort of keep you involved for. Really interesting. I'll tell you after this game. Cheltenham, I've just sort of seen something on the screen. If you can guess, something on this screen has reminded me that I need to say something. It's quite exciting. Plymouth, top of the table, and I mean, they won their last game, but their actual form has been quite hit and miss recently. But I think generally, they are, of course, having a really, really good season. Cheltenham, they've improved. You know, Wade Elliott really has improved. At one point, I thought Wade Elliott, his time is done. He's out of that football club. The fans were definitely, not in a good place, but it has now. The tide has turned there, and there has been an improvement. Looks like they were nailed on to be the relegation candidates for sure, and now things have improved. That's really important. Plymouth win. Some sort of sponsor. Unfortunately not. 2-0 Argyle, 5-0 the Greens, 3-1 Cheltenham, 1-0 to Cheltenham, 2-0 Plymouth, 5-0 Plymouth, 2-1. I'm back. I'd back Cheltenham for this one. I'm hoping for a Cheltenham win, but 3-0 Plymouth. They're stupidly good right now. Cheltenham have picked up a bit, but Plymouth aren't too good. Arsenal vlog or something. Similar. There is an Arsenal relation to it. Have we got the odds for the game? I think we do. Yes, we do. Cheltenham 31%, Plymouth 47%. Plymouth definitely the favourites for the game. And I agree with the comment that was said there as well. I do think, although Cheltenham have improved, Plymouth will probably see through that and still have the quality to get through it. I think Plymouth are probably going to do the job. Cheltenham don't concede many, but many others. 1-0 Cheltenham as a Wednesday fan need a good result, a third or fourth top, and I actually think they could cause an upset. I'll say what I was going to say as well. I don't want to sort of make it bigger than it is because people can decide how much or how exciting it is. I'm excited, but personally for me it's really exciting because to have an opportunity like this before, I've just seen someone just say it in the live chat. Yes, I've just seen someone in the live chat get it, and that is right. Again, for me, personally, it's important because I think an opportunity like this doesn't come around very often. And of course, I got a little bit of luck with the fact that Oxford drew Arsenal in the FA Cup, and that has to be, that is pure luck. I didn't influence that, but I think I am. Someone just said it there. So I am going on Arsenal Fan TV, and they're going to hopefully be coming on my channel as well. We discussed it, and that was in the talk, and it looks as though that will be happening. So I definitely, I say definitely. There is good contact there, and I from what I know, they have accepted that I go and do a preview on Arsenal Fan TV for the Oxford United game, which of course will be happening on the 9th of January. They are going to be hopefully a representative of that channel will be coming on mine as well around that sort of time. So again, hopefully that does all happen. I mean, this industry is it's quite difficult to sort of put things in set in stone, but there is a conversation that has gone really, really well. I didn't expect it. They could easily have just been like not bothered about a League One club in the FA Cup, but they've very, very kindly said that is something they'd be interested in. So that should happen. I can't put a date on it yet, which is why I will definitely be announcing a date very soon. And when that does happen, of course I'll let you know, and you'll be the first people to let you know. But I think it's a thank you to you as well, because if nobody watches live streams, if nobody watched the episodes, if these opportunities wouldn't come about, they wouldn't look at it, would they? They would be like, yeah, not bothered, mate. We'll speak about it on our own. We can, we'll just do the chats after the game. We'll do a little preview internally. We don't need to speak to other people. But I think because they are very open to these sort of things, that is also, really, really important. So, yeah, thank you very much to everybody that watches it. The video isn't over yet, but I want to sort of say it now. Just seeing some people say on there as well. I guess as an Arsenal fan, there is an AOTV partnership. That's what people want to call it. By the way, Jim just donated £5. Jim, absolute legend, mate. You don't need to do that. I said this multiple times. Anybody that donates, you're so, so kind. But over Christmas, we should be saving money. But Jim, you're an absolute legend, mate. Never felt more like singing the blues when Wednesday win and Lincoln lose for Jake. Keep up the good work, League One vloggers. Jim, very kind of you. Is there going to be a Don Robbie video? I don't know who the representative is going to be. But yeah, it's going to be... it's going to be quite special. Congratulations, Jack. You deserve the limelight. Thank you so much. Never felt more like singing the blues than Wednesday win, United lose. If it does happen, what are things that happen for not only you, but for FTV? Need that spotlight. Young Fan Pockets is doing better than them. I don't think they are. And they need the popularity boost. Alex, that's very kind of you, but I don't think that's quite true. Yeah, it looks like it is going to happen, basically. I wanted to say that. And I'm confident enough now with the way that sort of conversation's gone that it should happen. So, yeah, and that's a really positive thing for me. Right. Let's move on. Enough about me. That's not what we want to speak about. We're here to speak about League One. So let's move on swiftly. But thank you so, so much. You're amazing, amazing people. And, I don't want to bring out the soppy tears, but, without you watching, it wouldn't happen, would it? So thank you very, very much indeed. Right, let's go to Fleetwood Town as they will be taking on Sheffield Wednesday in the penultimate game. Is that right? I don't think I've missed any. I don't think I have. Let's go to Sheffield Wednesday. Fleetwood. Come on, Arsenal, 6-0 win for the Gunners. I mean, to be fair, it probably will be something like that. But let's have a little look at the poll as well. Seeing Bolton are slightly edging. I went with Bolton just 2-1. 36 say Bolton. 31 Derby. 33 say it's going to be a draw. Sheffield Wednesday travelling to Fleetwood. Fleetwood at home, not as good as they are away, and a lot of draws this season, 11 in total. But I've been impressed by Fleetwood. Very solid team. As a Fleetwood fan, I won't guess. I won't guess. I know we will lose. What's your prediction for the Vale game? Did I not give a prediction? I think I said 2-0. 2-0 Vale. They've got Morecambe. I really should know. This is embarrassing. They haven't got... No. 2-0. Have you got more? You should have Morecambe. Am I going... Unless I've had a massive brain fart. I think I said 2-0. I think I did say 2-0. You are playing Morecambe. I did think there for a second I was going crazy. You are playing Morecambe. I think I am going to go 2-0. I'm unfortunately predicting a 0-0 Fleetwood. We're Fleetwood with the most draws in the league, and we're struggling for goals right now. 3 good points is needed, but a massive performance will only get that. Wednesday struggling for a bit of goals. Bannon and Bannon should be back. Both back. Interesting. I know Barr's meant to be back, but I'm not sure about Bannon. I think it was 2-0. Yeah, it's 2-0 is what I'm going to say there. Fleetwood Sheffield Wednesday, tough to call. Sheffield Wednesday, they didn't, I'll be honest, Sheffield Wednesday, and I know I'm upset in the Sheffield Wednesday camp at the moment, you didn't blow me away last weekend, and I know that wasn't your best performance. I know you're missing Bannon, I know you're missing Byers, and both those players are very influential, especially going forward. But without them, I'm concerned. I think you probably are as well. 4-0 Wednesday, 0-0, 4 on Wednesday. I mean, we've got a 0-0 there, quite tight game, and then we've got 0-0. So I don't know. Not that confident with the Wednesday at the moment, but I'm going to go 2-0 Wednesday. I don't know. I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1 and just continue to upset Sheffield Wednesday fans. Sheffield Wednesday heavy favourites in the bookies, by the way, 3-4, 57%. 2-1 Wednesday. I'm going to go 1-1 between those two sides. Fleetwood, you can't write Fleetwood off. They're tough. They're nitty. They're gritty. They're annoying, but they're very, very good. Weirdly, even though they're 16th, but they're drawing a lot of games. And I see another draw here. I'm going to go 1-1. Shock Fleetwood win. I don't know if Sheffield Wednesday will lose the game. I think Sheffield Wednesday have still got it, but I can see a Boxing Day draw for Sheffield Wednesday. If Bannon's back, then I generally do think that's the difference. I know, speaking about individual players being the difference is quite difficult, but I still see them. Yes, Jack, wind them up. Easy bites for Sheffield Wednesday fans. I'm not even doing it on purpose, but I do think it's going to be a draw. Do a poll for the Wednesday game, seeming as all the viewers are split. Yeah, you're right, Reith. Thank you. That sounds like a good idea. Seems like a good idea. Can we end the poll? By the way, the poll ended with Bolton on, I think, 38%. In fact, the results are coming in the live chat now. 40%, 38%. They're sort of going up and down. They're close, though. They're very close. They shouldn't be that close. There we go. 36%, 31%, 31%. So 44 in total. So just Bolton. That's close, isn't it? I'm just looking forward to the vlog that will come out after it. Well, let's do a poll then for the game. Draw. I'm predicting a draw. Something tells me it's going to be a draw. Do I want to enable the dictionary? No. I don't think I do. And Fleetwood. I'll be at every Lincoln game this season. I'm just looking forward to the vlog that come out of it. Cod's vlog, yeah. Cod's vlog will be at the game. I'm sure Ben will be. Jake, you coming to Lincoln at home park? I'll be at every Lincoln game this season, says Jake. Yeah, Jake is a real Lincoln City. I was gonna say ultra, but I don't think he's probably an ultra. He might be. Right, let's go to the final bit then. Yeah, I'm going to go 1-1. Right, the final game then. While I do the final game, the votes will come in for that. Ipswich against Oxford United. This is the game, isn't it? This is the big one. This is the one we're all here for. Yeah, this is the marquee fixture. Not on Sky Sports, can't think why. I mean, again, we've had two difficult games at Oxford, haven't we? In fact, I'm going to move the mic. Let's go super relaxed here. Can you still see me if I sit back here? Because I've got a bit to chat about. I think you can. Yeah, we've had some difficult games, haven't we? We had some difficult games. We've sort of had Sheffield Wednesday last week, Ipswich now. Christmas period. We've got Charlton at home, then Exeter at home. These are not easy games, and there is a part of me that should be really optimistic about it, and I am a little bit optimistic about it. I am. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be optimistic, but I am. And I think I was really encouraged by what I saw with Sheffield Wednesday. I think we saw a side that, of course, they did have injuries. They did have a little bit of key absentees. But I also thought that we put in a really good performance. And we didn't, sit back. We didn't defend for the entire game. We didn't play 10 men behind the ball and defend for our lives. What we actually did was we went there and tried to play a little bit of football, which was nice. So we hope to do the same against Ipswich. I think it's going to be quite a similar game. Ipswich, generally, of course, brilliant side. Lost their last game. And that, for me, doesn't actually benefit Oxford because that does just, fire them up even more. They'll be so hungry. They're going to be, packed on Boxing Day at Portman Road. And they're going to have a massive, massive supporting behind them. Just seeing all of your thoughts here as well. 2-1 Ipswich, 3-1 Oxford. No way. No way on earth. 2-1 Oxford as a Wednesday fan. Need an Oxford win. Ipswich have the best squad and budget. Oh, sorry. Ipswich have the best squad and budget because they wouldn't have the best squad and budget, but Ipswich probably do, yeah. Although I think Oxford will make a late playoff push. We have players come back from injury now and will bounce back from the Wickham game. Ipswich will have a rocky spell like Plymouth did. It'll be a very interesting encounter. I think it will. I need a massive performance from you, Jack. 2-1 Oxford should have beat us, but finishing let you down, Ipswich. We do need to improve on the finishing. The finishing department does feel important, and I think we did struggle there. That cost us a massive result against Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, it's difficult to predict. I'm. You know what? Again, I did my heart, I did my head. What did I do last time? I think I did my head saying 2-1 or 2-0 Sheffield Wednesday. My heart said 1-1. So I went with my heart, and it was 0-0. I said 1-1. So to be fair, there you go. It's beatable, mate. Trust me, sir. I know they are. From a Lincoln City fan. I'm gonna do it again. my head, and I'm not just saying this, but my head does think Ipswich should win the game. They'll be favourites. You look at the odds here, they should win the game. You can see it here, 64%. Oxford don't even have their odds on there. So there you go. That says quite a lot, doesn't it? I think we'll win the game. Sorry. That just came out of my mouth. I don't think we'll win the game. I think Ipswich will win the game. I'm going to go Heart 1-1 again. Head 2-0 Ipswich again. Same as it was last time. Almost carbon copy. Forward, Oxford will fly into second half of the season, hopefully. Okay, have a look after, mate. Rumour has it the ball from Henry shot is still rising. Exactly. It landed in my back garden, mate. And I didn't even go to the game. So that says a lot. That was a fiery shot. Right, let's round up. I'm on mute. Am I on mute? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? I think I'm back. Yeah, the shocker. Muted. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Was that all of that not muted? Am I back? I think I'm back. Right, anyway, please leave a like. A few technical issues this evening, but there we go. It's all part of the fun. Merry Christmas to you all. Please leave a like, please subscribe, and yeah, by the way, we've got quite a few people, they're 37 at the moment, so do hit that like button. You're on mute for about 30 seconds. At least it's only 30 seconds and not 30 minutes. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a very good Christmas. I probably will speak to you before Christmas. Probably. I don't see why I wouldn't. There might be a video before that. If not, then have an amazing Christmas. And I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Take care. Good luck on Boxing Day for those that won't tune in and will look forward to the game. I'm sure there'll be a couple. Please do stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon.